Hey guys, I am Catherine Martin. I'm team leader with the Music City Mannequins. I am so excited to be connecting with you today. I have been with Matilda Jane / Goodhart for 13 years. I started this as just a fun little side gig when I had my daughter, who is now 13. And I had been a teacher and decided that I did not want to be in the classroom. But honestly, I loved her, but needed a little something for me and wanted the flexibility of some extra spending money. So, therefore, Matilda Jane entered my life. Honestly, it's been the biggest blessing for us, for my whole family, for me. I'll get into that. So, started as a fun little side gig. Being a full-time stay-at-home mom, it has for sure turned into a full-time gig for me. But let me tell you a little bit what that means. Do I work my business 1,000 hours a week? No. I get to carve out the times that I work my business. And sure, there are some days that really are non-negotiables, like a launch day, for example. I certainly don't want to close up shop on the day of a launch. But on my kiddos' birthdays, there's a big X on my calendar and they get all of me. Or on days I'm traveling with my husband or back to school days, there are certain days that I get to say, yeah, I'm not working today. And being able to do that is just amazing. Also for me, if you follow me over on Instagram, I'm Mix and Match Madness, you will notice that starting with Matilda Jane Clothing and then Hart Clothing really helped me channel where I like to be creative. So I love mixing and matching clothes, and this has created many other outlets for me. So just think, what could this business do for you and for your family? I have far surpassed my teaching income, which has been really nice because it takes a little pressure off of our family budget and allows me to take my kids to school and pick them up from school. Let me assure you, if you are sitting there thinking, okay, but I have no desire to do this full time, that's great. We have a team full of women who this starts as a fun side gig and it stays a fun side gig. Some of them use this money to treat their family to Disney, to buy their hubby a truck, and like y'all, literally everything in between. Do a screen porch renovation, so many different things. So this can be whatever you want it to be. You get to be the CEO of your own business. You don't have a boss. If you want to take the day off, you take the day off. If you want to take the week off, you take the week off. Now, I can't say that without telling you consistency is key. So you certainly don't want to close up shop for too long or too often. But let me tell you the thing that I love about Matilda Jane and Hart Clothing is, yes, we are a direct sales business, but we are so different than many of the direct sales businesses out there. And y'all, the direct sales industry is absolutely incredible. I have recently learned just how awesome it is and the freedom that it gives men and women to, give themselves some financial freedom, to give them flexibility, to give them an outlet for themselves where, maybe it's a happy spot for them. So let me tell you, those are all the great things. Let me tell you where we're a little bit different. We are not a post and pray business. So some of the companies that you see out there that take over your social media, that is not our intent. We are not a copy and paste messaging company. Our intent is that we build relationships because that is where we really can make a difference in women's lives. We can see what their needs are. We can guide them based on their budget, their lifestyle, their personality, on the pieces that they should get. We can help style them. So we're really such a relationship business. We help moms, we help women make shopping fun and convenient. Like, honestly, y'all, it becomes an experience. Whether it is a woman walking into a shopping party, a trunk show, as we like to call it, or whether it is connecting with someone on social media or a private shopping session in your house or a drop-in shop where you make it totally convenient that you drop a bag of clothes off at her place of work and say, I'll come back and get this tomorrow. We offer such a unique experience that a big box retailer just can't do, and many other direct sales companies don't do either. So here is what I'm going to tell you. This is some myths that you might be telling yourself. I'm not fashionable enough. I don't know all the top trends. Guess what? You don't need to. You need to be confident in what you're showing and how to mix and match those pieces. And y'all, the rest comes. You can learn from other trunk keepers, ideas of things to put together. And I promise you, once you get in and you play with the clothes and you start putting them on yourself and seeing how they fit, you will learn. You will learn how to suggest sizing. You will learn outfit combos to suggest. You will learn what shoes to suggest to people. And no, we don't sell women's shoes, but gosh, I sure suggest a lot of them. The other myth that I hear from many people is, I don't have the time. I don't have extra time. My plate is full. And let me tell you this. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret here. Our busiest trunk keepers being our reps, are the most successful. Y'all, you know how it is when you have, like, let's say you have a Saturday that you have nothing to do. I mean, is that even a thing? But let's just say there is one. And you think, oh, I'm going to get so much done. I'm going to clean out this drawer. I'm going to organize that closet. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that have been on the list that I've been wanting to do. All of a sudden you look up and you're like, I got nothing done. But if you've got 30 minutes, you're like, okay, in this 30 minutes, I'm going to organize that drawer. Guess what? All of a sudden, 30 minutes, the drawer is organized and you've moved on to the next thing. So trust me, saying you don't have enough time is a total myth. And the third thing that I hear is, I don't have a lot of extra money sitting around to pay for samples to get me started. And this is the beautiful thing about us. And I'm going to tell y'all, this has not always been who Matilda Jane has been. Y'all, when I started, I had to pay up front for my trunk, and I would come home from trunk shows and my husband would say, have we made our money back? Have we made our money back? It did not take very long to make our money back. But now you've voiced it and we've listened. So we do trunk payments that you pay each month. There are no interest. The good news is if you do decide to pay it all up front, you can save some money. But mainly what most new trunk keepers choose to do is make those monthly payments. And you get to decide what that payment is going to be. You get to decide what your trunk is going to look like, what merchandise you're going to carry. So let's get into that in just 1 second. Because here's what I do want to say. Sorry. Y'all, there's real life for you. It is flexible with your time. You can learn the fashion. You can figure out the finances. All of that can be what works in your life. But here's what I do want to tell you. You have to be willing to get out of your comfort zone just a little bit, and you have to be willing to make time. Because if this is the thing that always gets put on the back burner, then no, you're not going to be very successful in this. But if you're willing to carve out time, and we can help you be very intentional about that time. Scrolling social media for a couple hours is not really considered work, just a little FYI. And we can help you make sure that once you pay your initial money, then the rest of that gets covered. The rest of what you're going to owe gets covered by your paycheck. That's what I like to think of. I like to think, okay, I'm going to take a little bit of money out of my family's bank account, but I'm not taking any more out. I'm putting more back in. So let's talk through how to make that happen. Because the perk of this business is that I get to include my family. Y'all, literally, my 7-year-old son, my 11-year-old daughter, my 13-year-old daughter, and my 41-year-old husband all help with my business in some way or another. It's really such a family business. Different times of their lives, they've helped in different ways. But I'm happy to brainstorm with you how you can include all of your family into this business, which y'all makes it more fun. And here's the thing. Above all else, you are teaching those little ones watching you that you can do anything you put your mind to, which is absolutely an incredible lesson. It also allows me so much flexibility. And I talked about that. I pick my kids up from school. I take them to school. We're about to be at 2 different schools. So that's going to be a little more challenging how to duplicate myself. But that has nothing to do with my business getting in the way. That's having 3 children. Y'all, we have self-guided trainings. So it's not like you have to be on a certain call at a certain time to be able to get trained in this business. Nope. self-guided trainings. We have an amazing national team leader, Leslie Popplewell, who has a website that you can literally just go down step by step and be completely trained and ready to go. Now, you might be thinking, okay, great, but then am I just going to be out here floundering by myself? Absolutely not. You have a built-in team of cheerleaders right here on our Music City Mannequin team. Really, honestly, y'all, within the whole company. But also, whether it's me or a friend that invited you to this call, she is going to be your go-to girl. So as you watch these trainings, you're going to jot down little notes or you're going to little questions. And you might say to her, okay, tell me more about this, or how do you implement this, that, or the other? And here is the best thing that I touched on. Now, with Matilda Jane Clothing and Hart Clothing, you get to design your own business. You get to curate your own trunk. So before we talk about what those options are, I want you to kind of think through a few questions. I want you to think through, who are your target clients? Are they women of boys? Are they women who are going into an office? Are they moms of little girls? Are they moms of teenagers? Are they grandmothers? Are they college students? Are they post-college students with no kids? Think through, who are your target clients? Like, get a piece of paper, start a list, write them down. Then, once you've identified who you really want to target, and that really, y'all, needs to be in line with what you are passionate about. So when my children were younger, I had a lot more passion for the little bitty styles, the styles that worked on those 2, 3, 4-year-olds. Now that my girls are 11 and 13, I have a lot more passion on our Hart Clothing brand. Which, like I said, if you follow me over on Instagram, you'll see that very clearly. So think through, where is your passion? Because, y'all, it's so much more fun and so much easier to sell something that you are authentically passionate about. So ask yourself, what are you passionate about? Who are your target clients? Then think, how much time do you want to give to this business? And y'all, honestly, as much as I can is not a good answer. Like, I want you to pull out your calendar. I want you to think, on a typical week, how much time can you give to your business? Is it 30 minutes a day? Is it 4 hours a week? Is it, 20 hours a month? Whatever the case may be, figure out what your time availability is. Just a little tip, I get up before everyone else in my house and I knock out so much stuff in the mornings before the day even gets going. So then I'm not like as frazzled during the day. I just look for little pockets of time during the day. So it might be a 10-minute block here. And in that 10-minute block, I'm not changing over the laundry or unloading the dishwasher, all the things. I'm focused on a specific task in that 10 to 15-minute block. So we'll talk more all about that time blocking, because that is the biggest time-saving strategy. Anyway, how much time do you want to give? How much money do you want to make? If you tell me, hey, I can give 30 minutes a week and I want to make $10,000 a month, I'm going to have to say to you, listen, if you can do it, that is awesome. You might be setting an unrealistic expectation for yourself. However, if you tell me I can give 2 hours a week to my business and I want to make, $500, $800, $1,000 a month, I'm going to say, okay, great. Awesome. That's how much you want to make a month. Okay. So how much do you want to make a month? And how are you going to work your business? I mentioned it earlier in this. There are multiple ways to work your business. You can certainly sell socially. I'm going to tell you that you've got to do that, and you've got to invest in time training of how to do that, because like we talked about some other businesses out there, I'm not going to name names, but we certainly don't want to just spam our social media following and always be asking them to buy from us, because that certainly is not relationship building, in my opinion. What do y'all think? Okay, but do you want to work your business on social media? Do you want to work your business with small group personal shopping or small group shopping appointments or trunk shows per se? So where you're getting women together in small groups and you are presenting the clothes to them and letting them shop. I like to say, think through how many groups of women. So can you get 3 groups of women a month together? And that group, y'all, that could be anywhere from 3 to 5 to 10 women at a time. It doesn't have to be like a 50-person gig. In fact, it's honestly better if it's not. So social media, in-person parties. Do you want to do personal styling appointments where you are just kind of one-on-one with somebody? Do you want to do drop-in shops where you are going to drop a bag of goodness at someone's office or on their front porch and let them look through it, dig through it, all that? So basically, are you going to work your business primarily virtually or primarily in person, or a combo? Because all of those things, all of those questions, the answers you came up to, I hope you wrote those down. Go back and rewind this and write them down if you didn't. All of those will help you decide which kind of trunk you should invest in. And again, like I said, if the person that invited you to this call is available, she can talk through that with you. I'm always happy to talk through and help you decide which one you should do. So let me just tell you the different choices. So there is the boutique collection. And that means, I'm going to put this in my own words. That means I'm jumping in with both feet. I am ready to show these clothes, to style these clothes, to wear these clothes, and to make some real money. So you are going to get all of the Matilda Jane collection. You're going to get babies. You're going to get girls. You're going to get women's. You're going to get it all. That price is $329 a month. But y'all, you are getting, over the course of an entire season, about $6,200 of retail value when you buy the boutique trunk, and you are getting it for $329 a month. Okay? Then if you think, gosh, that kind of feels like a lot of money and a lot of clothes, that would maybe make me feel pressure. Then take a step back. Maybe you just want to jump in with one foot and hop around for a little bit. The curated collection might be the perfect answer for you. So with our curated collection, you're going to get about half of the Matilda Jane collection for $199 a month. And over the course of an entire season, that's going to be around $3,200 in retail value to you. Y'all, are you doing this math here? That is such a steal. Okay, you might be thinking, Matilda Jane is not really what I'm passionate about. I'm more passionate about women's clothes. I really actually love the Good Heart brand. I'm not so much into big ruffles, but I love the Anthropologie-esque clothes. Then you're going to want to look at the Good Heart collection. That collection is $199 a month, and over the course of an entire season, that gets you around $3,800 of retail value merchandise. Okay, so I've talked to you about boutique and curated that are Matilda Jane, and then I talked to you about Good Heart. But what if you're like, I'm all about marketing to women, but I like the Matilda Jane stuff and the Good Heart stuff? Well, then you might want to look at our women's only collection. So with that, you're going to get Matilda Jane women's and Good Heart women's samples. You're going to pay $299 a month, and over the course of a season, that's going to get you around $6,000 of merchandise. And then last but not least, if you're thinking, I really want to say I'm all in with this, but I just am not going to have a lot of time to give, but I'm excited to share the pieces that I do love authentically. You might be interested in our custom trunk. So with those other 4 trunks, with the boutique, the curated, the Good Heart, and the women's only, you are going to be getting samples. So our home office team does a fabulous job of really thinking through what samples should come in what sizes. So you might get a knot dress in a size 4 sample, and you might get a dress more targeted towards a tween girl in a size 10. They think through all of that. You don't pick your sample sizes. They do that for you because they've got that thought process. They take that off your plate. But if you are like, I really want the pieces that I want in the sizes that I want. I know I'm going to have most all of the girls that are going to be shopping with me are going to be in a size 4. I don't really need size 10s. Well, I do want to challenge your way of thinking that you do want to always be looking for new customers, but I hear you. So let's go with it. You can choose our custom trunk collection. And what that is, you pay $125 a month to get $250 product credit each month. So over the course of a season, you're going to get retail value of approximately $1,500. But y'all, those are pieces that you have hand selected in the size of your choice. So those are things you and your children can wear and show off and model and be your walking advertisements. Those are also things that you can do drop-in shops with. You can show on social media. You can do personal styling appointments. The reality is, once women and children touch and feel and see our clothes, they don't necessarily need to have every piece in hand to be able to know that they want it. I will say the more you have in person, the easier it is to sell, but I understand that that might not be what you're wanting to get going with. You might want the custom trunk. You can pick up to 2 of those trunks that I told you about. So if you're sitting there saying, well, I want the Matilda Jane kids and the Good Heart, great. Then you might pick the curated and the Good Heart, or you might pick the boutique and the Good Heart. Or if you think, well, I really want the good sample, but I also want the opportunity to get several pieces in the specific sizes that I want, then you might choose the women's collection and the custom collection. So you can kind of mix and match to make this what you want. You can buy up to 2 trunks of those 5 options. So boutique, curated, Good Heart, women's only, or custom. Sorry, y'all, I'm keep looking at my notes because I want to make sure that I'm telling y'all the right prices of everything. Now, let me just say this little caveat. We love those of you who just are here for discounts on our clothes. We want you to be Janes for us. We want you to host those parties for us so that we can continue to give you discounts. The custom trunk is meant for women who really want to get out there and sell the clothes and share the clothes. So we do ask that there's a $500 sales minimum every single month. Now, you might be saying, oh gosh, that feels stressful. Y'all, a $500 minimum? Go look at our website. Go look at the pieces that you personally would pick out. I have a feeling you're going to get to $500 before you know it. So $500, that's probably getting 3 to 4 women to place an order each month. Now, there are certainly reasons why you want to push yourself a little beyond that. We have awesome bonuses that you can get extra money, yes, extra money, when you reach $1,500 in sales, $2,500 in sales, and $5,000 in sales in a given month. And yes, y'all, there are women who get their business going and soar past all of these and hit $5,000 every month. So for your first 3 months as a trunk keeper, we want to reward you when you hit one of those levels. So we can talk more about the exact bonuses that you can get, but know this: when you come on with Matilda Jane Clothing, from the minute your website and email is set up, you get to start earning money. And from $1, you can make 20% of everything you sell. For the first 12 months of your business, when you sell $2,500, you make a 5% bonus, which means you're making 25% of everything you sell. Now, I don't know if your mind is a little bit like mine, but I like to think that I don't want to leave any money on the table for Matilda Jane or Good Heart. So I like to always be sure to reach that 5% bonus. So let's think about that $2,500. How are you going to get there? We are going to get 5 groups of women together who are going to get a few of their friends. And each group, all you need them to do is sell $500. Y'all, the possibilities are truly endless with this. So instead of telling yourself all the reasons why you should say no to this opportunity, I want you to think through, what could happen if you said yes? What could this do for you and your family? I hope that you will join us, and I look forward to getting to know you.